Hello everyone. In this video, I will explain a type of amplitude modulation which is called as double sideband suppressed carrier modulation. As I told, this is a type of amplitude modulation where we actually change the amplitude of the carrier signal proportional to the amplitude of the message signal. But before transmitting through the channel, the carrier is actually suppressed or removed, and only two sidebands, that is upper sideband and lower sideband, are actually transmitted to the destination. Now, what is the advantage of suppressing the carrier? I think I might have told in my previous videos that we save a lot of power. That means the transmitter has to not to generate any highest power here. That is what I can say here is we can save up to 66.66% of the total power by suppressing the carrier. Okay, so that is the advantage of double sideband suppressed carrier. Now we will understand this DSP SCC technique by representing the modulation output in both in the time domain and in the frequency domain. Now, see, as I told here, how to generate this DSP SCC signal. Okay, so what exactly we have to do is we just have to multiply the message signal and the carrier signal. As I'm highlighting over here, C of t is your carrier and M of t is the message signal. So when you multiply this, the product of C of t with M of t is nothing but it is S of t, where that S of t is a modulated signal, a double sideband suppressed carrier modulated signal. So when I substitute here the carrier C of t, what I will get is it is AC cos 2 pi FCT into M of t, where M of t is the instantaneous amplitude of the message signal. Okay, so that means to generate this DSP SC signal, what we have to use is we have to use something called as product modulator, or in other words, it is simple multiplier, analog multiplier, what we have to use to get the double sideband suppressed carrier signal. Now, what is the difference actually in terms of the modulated signal? When I compare this with double sideband full carrier, that is conventional AM. See, in the conventional AM, if message signal, that is M of t is equal to 0, in the conventional AM, in that case, we still transmit a unmodulated carrier to the receiver. But here, in this case, if M of t is equal to 0, S of t will be equal to 0. That means, if the message signal is switched off, okay, DSP SC modulation will reduce to 0. That means the output of the modulator will be completely 0. So this is the major difference between double sideband suppressed carrier and double sideband full carrier. So in the full carrier method, we actually transmit the unmodulated carrier even if the message signal is absent. Okay. Now, see, this is very simple equation in the time domain. A simple multiplication of C of t and M of t will give you a time domain equation for double sideband suppressed carrier signal. Now, if I take a Fourier transform to this, so what I have actually here is a multiplication of M of t with a cos 2 pi FCT, right? So that means what exactly happens in the frequency domain is the spectrum of this M of t will be shifted by Fc, that's all. So if I apply a Fourier transform, it is AC by 2 M of F minus Fc plus M of F plus Fc on the both sides. Okay, that is M of F minus Fc plus M of F plus Fc. This is what actually we get in the frequency domain. Simple multiplication of cos signal with M of t. So a detailed explanation of this I have given in my previous videos. Please watch those videos. Now, how to plot the waveform in the time domain and the frequency spectrum in the frequency domain. Just look at this. So I have a message signal, random signal I have taken for a M of t, okay, and this is your carrier. Just look at this. This is the carrier signal, where the amplitude of this carrier, high frequency carrier, is changing continuously, okay, proportional to the amplitude variation in the message signal. Now, the difference here is we actually get whenever this message signal is crossing 0, maybe going from positive to the negative or negative to the positive, whenever it is crossing 0, there will be always a phase reversal in the carrier signal compared to original carrier. So in my case, I have not shown the original carrier, but when you compare that with the original carrier signal, there will be a phase variation which happens whenever it crosses 0. So at this point, again, if I compare the phase of this signal with the original carrier, it will be a completely 180 degree out of phase. This is the observation what we can make in the double sideband suppressed carrier signal in the time domain. Now in the frequency domain, okay, now as I told earlier, this is the equation which is what we have to plot in the frequency domain. So assuming that this is your M of F, okay, a low pass signal with a frequency extending between 0 to W hertz, maybe 20 kilohertz to 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz for audio band, okay, where the highest frequency is 20 kilohertz. Okay, after modulation, what happens? This entire spectrum is shifted by FC. But there is no carrier here, that's why the dotted line is shown. Or else you can hide this line also, or you don't have to draw this particular line for representing the carrier. Carrier is actually absent, only this sideband is present. That is, if I draw it over the spectrum, I get only this, both on the positive side as well as negative side. This carrier is dotted line. So dotted line means the carrier is absent in the transmitted signal. So the carrier is actually suppressed here. Okay. So this is about double sideband suppressed carrier. So now to conclude this discussion, so what I told here is I introduced the double sideband suppressed carrier method by saying that we actually get the time domain equation for double sideband suppressed carrier by simply multiplying the carrier with the message signal, that is C of t multiplied by M of t. Fine. A frequency domain representation, that means just to take a Fourier transform to that AC cos 2 pi fct multiplied by M of t. Okay, take a Fourier transform to that and you get a spectrum of M of f which is shifted by Fc. Now what is the advantage of DSP SC? We save a power. That is the major advantage. Okay, 66% of the total power when modulation index is equal to 1. So that much of power we are going to save by using double sideband suppressed carrier compared to double sideband full carrier. But in terms of bandwidth, we are not going to save anything because we have to transmit the two sidebands, that is lower sideband and upper sideband. So here the bandwidth is still 2 WHz. So the bandwidth is 2 WHz, same as double sideband full carrier. But we are going to add some, you can say, a security for information, because the carrier which is not available, and by using simple ordinary receivers, it is not possible to tune to your signal. So this is the major advantage of double sideband suppressed carrier modulation of amplitude modulation. Thank you for watching this video.